How is it going, everybody? My name is Wes Davies. Welcome back to another very special episode, another food episode. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I thought, you know what? It's almost Christmas time. I'm getting a little bit homesick from my home country of Canada, and I was wondering, can I get some real, authentic Canadian food here in Kaohsiung? And I happen to find this place right here. This is called the Yaletown Bistro, and it turns out they have some pretty classic Canadian cuisine. So let's go inside and check it out. Okay, so I am super lucky to find this place here in Kaohsiung today because I had checked out the menu and they definitely have some all-time Canadian classics. So without further ado, let me introduce the dishes. So this one here is a spectacular looking Montreal smoked meat sandwich. Now, if you go to Montreal in Canada as a tourist, everyone is going to tell you, you absolutely must try one of these sandwiches. One of the characteristics of this sandwich is that it is just absolutely chock full of meat. Look at that, that's a good 3 inches of amazing pastrami, or as we call it in Canada, Montreal smoked meat. The next dish here is the all-time Canadian classic, another Quebecois dish actually. This is the poutine, but just look at that. If you don't know what a poutine is, you're gonna find out. It is basically really crispy, perfectly done French fries, often with the skin on, as you can see, absolutely smothered in fresh cheese and gravy. So gravy is a meat sauce, and the cheese traditionally are cheese curds from Quebec. I think that's a little bit difficult to find here, but this poutine smells absolutely incredible. Actually, this thing is meant to be eaten really hot, so I'm gonna give this a bite first. It tastes exactly like the poutine you would have in Canada. That is so tasty. And I think for me the best part about this dish is you let it sit for a couple of minutes and the cheese will just absolutely melt into the French fries, and then the gravy will soak into the French fries as well. So it just becomes this kind of delicious mess of cheese, gravy, French fries. This is really well done. So next up, I just have to do it. When I went to Montreal, there's a place called Schwartz. It's just this very traditional Montreal smoked meat, and it's a little bit like pastrami, I believe. Another characteristic of this sandwich is it simply must be served with a fresh dill pickle. Okay, now if I can, I'm gonna take a bite of this sandwich here. Just look at that thing. Honestly, it feels like I'm in Montreal right now. That is a perfect Montreal smoked meat sandwich. Just a little bit of the yellow mustard served with it on nice, fresh, fluffy rye bread. Wow, that's really good. So this is made from American Wagyu, cured and smoked right in-house, and this is just a fantastic sandwich. Okay, so this is what they call the BC salad. Now, BC is on the west coast of Canada, if you don't know, where they can get some of the best, freshest salmon in the entire world. And what is traditional in British Columbia is actually to smoke the salmon. So you can get probably some of the world's best smoked salmon out in BC, hence the name, the BC salad. Just look at that piece of smoked salmon. Okay, so they've given a maple vinaigrette dressing, which I'm going to pour on the salad here. We have obviously fresh tomatoes, beautiful black olives, looks like cheddar cheese, of course the smoked salmon, and then if you look very carefully you can actually see capers. So these are pickled and it gives a nice salty texture to anything you put them in. Just gonna give this a little toss here. I've been trying to eat healthy lately, so I think this is really going to hit the spot. Okay, let me try to get a nice bite here. A little bit of everything. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. First of all, I have to say, the maple vinaigrette dressing is incredible. Perfect complement to the smoked salmon, which is a little bit sweet and smoky at the same time. And then everything obviously comes together with that cheese. This is so good. Okay, and before we get to dessert, because there is a very special dessert coming, This is a small bean salad. This one smells really good. Traditionally, bean salad is 2 or 3 different kinds of beans. Looks like there's butter beans in here, some red beans and chickpeas. And you always have to have your red onion and then green pepper, red pepper, all mixed together into a delicious, refreshing summer bean salad. And he was actually saying that this recipe comes from the prairies of Canada. So let's give this a shot. So this is usually something we eat in the summertime because it's cold, it's refreshing, it's light, and a little bit sweet. Perfect for a picnic. Just put it in a container and you can take this out and eat it on a nice hot summer day in Canada. I'm actually getting a little bit nostalgic right now. The poutine, the sandwich, the bean salad, the salmon salad, it's all things that we could find back home in Canada. Lately I've been missing home quite a bit. I haven't been home in 2 years now, so it's really nice to know that I can come to the Yaletown Bistro here in Kaohsiung and get that taste of home that I've been often missing, especially lately. Okay, it is time for a very special, very uniquely Canadian dessert. So this is something called a Nanaimo Bar, and it was invented on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, and it is traditionally created in 3 layers. The first layer is just pure chocolate, the second layer is like a butter custard, and then the third layer is oftentimes more chocolate mixed with coconut. So this is something that I grew up with. My mom makes these at home, she does a very good job, and let's see how the Yaletown Bistro version here in Taiwan lives up to what I remember. It lives up perfectly. This is a Nanaimo Bar. Yeah, so I'm sure most of my Taiwanese audience, you've never had a Nanaimo Bar. You gotta come here to Yaletown Bistro because this is the only time I've ever seen this in Taiwan. This is Kevin, by the way. You're the owner of the Yaletown Bistro.
I am. Yeah. Hi, YouTube. My wife and I. Yeah. She's actually she's the boss. I'm the very committed employee.
Yes, that's how it usually is, isn't it?
Right.
So how long have you guys owned this place?
So we've been open for 9.5 years.
Oh wow.
So almost a decade.
And what inspired you to do Canadian food here in Kaohsiung?
Well, my wife is from Kaohsiung. Yeah, 10 years ago we had a crazy idea to bring some Canadian food here into Taiwan.
Right.
Poutine was not something that you could easily have.
No.
And even now you can't.
Because you were actually born in Vancouver.
Right.
And your parents are Taiwanese.
My parents are from Taiwan, yeah.
So your parents came from Taiwan to Vancouver.
Yeah.
You were born there, grew up in Canada.
Right.
And now you're living back in Taiwan.
And I'm back here.
Full circle.
And they're there, so.
But you brought a little piece of Canada
right.
with you. What would you say to my viewers? What would your sales pitch be for them to come and try all this amazing Canadian food?
Well, first off, I guess thanks Wes for coming in today.
No problem. It was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think just anyone who wants to try something different. People who, a lot of our customers are foreigners here in Taiwan, but also a lot of the locals, if they have the palate to try something different. And I think for the most part, I think people are very accepting of this type of food.
Yeah.
Right. It can be light and refreshing like a salad. It could be something a little bit heavier and flavorful like the sandwich, like the poutine. I think there's something for everyone here. Yeah. And just to give it a try. Yeah.
That sounds great. I'm so happy that I eventually came down here and had this incredible meal. Everything was spectacular. I was already saying that it makes me feel nostalgic.
Yeah.
And a little bit homesick. So, I mean, if your food can make me feel like that, then you guys have obviously succeeded.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I will talk to you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, do all those nice things, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, thanks, man.